The 2021-2022 year has been a year of change, not COVID change, but change that moves AFDO and those we represent into the future. From cooperative agreements to training to issues management to technology innovation, more than ever, the AFDO staff and members are living the mission of protecting public health. Let's take a look at the highlights. The Retail Food Safety Regulatory Association Collaborative set several objectives that AFDO has supported with the other member organizations. Assessing needs was the focus of two foundational surveys: an in-depth look at active managerial control, food safety culture, food safety management systems, and employee health among members of the food industry, and a survey of state programs about challenges from food code adoption to meeting the needs for training in the future. Two courses were developed and piloted: root cause analysis for retail and active managerial control for brands. Environmental sampling for retail outbreak deliveries were also supported by collaborative funds. We have also begun quarterly calls for state retail program managers and leaders, which have included topics such as risk factor studies, risk-based inspections, and implementing program standards. We'll be bringing together program standards work groups in the coming year. AFDO has also brought together retail inspections from 8 states and 1 large local jurisdiction, soon to be 10, with nearly 500,000 inspection reports. This data will help us better understand retail programs, violation trends, inspection trends, and hopefully begin moving toward predictive analytics. AFDO is proud to continue the delivery of FDA's courses FD 218 and FD 215, with more than 25 courses and 550 students served in 2021 and 2022. Beyond the classroom, AFDO has stepped up to support OTED course development with 2 courses: FD 226, Produce Inspections for Regulators, and FD 333, Airplane Construction Inspections. AFDO also performed a gap analysis between 17 FDA General Education e-learning courses and 56 Compliance Wire e-learning general education courses. AFDO continued its support of an integrated food safety system through a myriad of MFRPS projects and events. Keeping people connected with contact information and areas of expertise is the purpose of the web-based directory of state and local officials. We continue upgrades to the DSLO to improve usability. This year, the directory has been expanded to include all local jurisdictions that perform food safety work, along with additional details about each jurisdiction with retail responsibilities, including things such as food code adopted and key deviations. Providing a forum for connecting through virtual and in-person meetings during the year was equally important. AFDO supported the Manufactured Food Program Regulatory Alliance virtual meeting, Rapid Response Team virtual meeting, the FDA Retail Seminar virtual meeting, and the Partnership for Food Protection hybrid meeting. AFDO introduced a new internship program for state manufactured food programs to help build tomorrow's workforce through experiential learning, along with a website that aggregates state and federal food safety regulatory jobs, foodsafetycareers.org. After a 2-year hiatus, more than 160 people focused on food safety continued to move the needle on actionable steps to decrease foodborne illness during the Healthy People 2030 meeting. Meeting both in person and virtually, key subject matter experts and leaders from academia, industry, and state, federal, and local programs continued the conversations while updating the strategies to meet the 2030 goals and developing new ones. Continuing to push technology modernization of food safety regulation and inspections across the country and support those systems that assist SLTT programs in doing their work, AFDO has continued its role with FDA in supporting USA Food Safety and USA Plants licensing and inspectional systems, and also assisting 10 states in implementing the FDA data exchange. Through these programs with FDA cooperation, AFDO continues to support 25 states and 95 local agencies' data systems for human and animal food, agriculture, and public health regulatory programs. AFDO also conducted a significant state information technology survey to begin a baseline understanding of the current state of information system. The survey results also inform the needs for the future and helping states prepare their teams for the constant change that comes with information technology innovation. That means arming states with power skills such as change management, process improvement, and instructor skills. This effort also resulted in completed process flows for 10 regulatory program areas to better understand the role of data in promoting efficiency regardless of program or data system. When a program has to begin gathering business requirements for a system, they will have something to begin working from rather than the traditional blank page approach. This year, AFDO focused on asking those on the front lines across the country what they needed to be successful, not just right now, but in the future. Technology tools have application in the day-to-day workings of SLTT programs, workgroups, and task force to allow members of the food safety system from coast to coast to have a safe environment with a robust set of tools for storage, communication, and collaboration. This is Food Shield. The cooperative agreement for the care and development of this platform was transferred to AFDO. This means that users and potential users will have continued access along with more training to allow them to take full advantage of the functionality that has been overshadowed in the past. With the support of FDA, Food Shield has been a game changer in things like illness investigations, but now we are planning for its evolution to meet the needs of the future, enabling all types of collaborative work between all sectors of the food safety community, such as secure document transfer. We are only as strong as the weakest, and that makes AFDO's work with food safety alliances the basis of ongoing successes in many areas, including seafood HACCP, food safety preventive controls, and produce safety. AFDO also supported its affiliates, specifically AFDOS, McAFDO, and CASA, by providing presentations both in person and virtually, technology assistance for virtual meetings, and websites. AFDO worked to meet the funding needs of retail and milk and shellfish programs through FDA subawards. More than $2.9 million was awarded to 249 unique retail jurisdictions. Milk and shellfish programs were awarded 55 training and 76 equipment grants for approximately $2.4 million. AFDO continued to support NASDA and FDA in produce safety, with special emphasis this year on the development of program standards. Through AFDO's Produce Committee, tools were developed to assist produce programs and provide guidance in other areas such as the application of approved source for produce. AFDO and the Regulatory Affairs Professional Society, RAPS, formed a partnership to support sharing, collaboration, and learning across the global healthcare and medical products communities. The AFDO RAPS Healthcare Products Collaborative produces 4 high-profile medical products events previously hosted by Xavier University: MedCon Conference, PharmaLink, Combination Products Summits, and the Artificial Intelligence or AI Summit. MedCon was held virtually in May and attracted more than 400 registrants. All of these events are free to government employees at all levels, bringing industry and government together for discussion in the healthcare products space. With an emphasis on effective public health and consumer safety with cannabis regulation, rather than legalization, AFDO continues to partner with Focus. AFDO released video cannabis tours including growing, processing, laboratories, and dispensing, plus key subject matter interviews for general use. More than 6 hours of content. This gives an inside look to those who are or will soon regulate this industry. The partnership also facilitated a session on federal regulation pathways, bringing together 20 experts from the cannabis industry, public health, regulatory affairs, and others representing upstream and downstream entities and operations. They began work on a draft framework for regulating cannabis in the United States, with an eye on a regulatory system that protects consumers, shifts culture and stigma with facts and research, and allows the industry to be robust and profitable for everyone in the supply chain. The group hopes to present the proposed framework to stakeholders, including Congress, in the fall. AFDO put significant resources into representing our members in programs and efforts that impacted and educated those members and added our voice to the conversations. For example, AFDO sponsored the education campaign for food delivery safety with the Partnership for Food Safety Education. Others included sponsoring and participating in AOAC's Cannabis Laboratory Methods development, contributing to OTED's strategic planning process, participating in the National Restaurant Association's Food Safety Advisory Committee, participating in the STOP and leading the AFDO Recall Group, participating in the Salmonella Reduction in Poultry Coalition, collaborating with FDA on improving information sharing between FDA and SLTT partners, and providing information connecting the work of our state, local, and territorial food safety programs during sessions at the Food Safety Summit and the International Association of Food Protection meeting and other industry meetings and events. Over the past year, AFDO provided expertise in the development of articles for trade magazines like Food Safety Magazine, Quality Assurance in Food Safety News on several topics. We actively provided our members' perspective on topics of interest to the consuming public through national media such as Consumer Reports, Politico, Bloomberg, and the Washington Post. AFDO's committee structure got an added boost this year with the committee coordination staff position to help streamline all the committee's work in recruitment and annual meeting planning. Several committees made significant contributions to best practices and guidance documents. For example, the Produce Safety Committee recently completed guidance for approved source definitions. Additional publications released by AFDO have had a significant impact on work in the food safety community. The recently released Recall White Paper drew media and regulatory attention while inspiring renewed conversation around moving recalls to a 21st century system. Guidance documents like the Wild Mushroom or Dented Can poster provide much needed clarity in areas where more detailed information or best practices were needed. Additionally, AFDO continues to offer training and education opportunities to our community through AFDO-developed or led trainings, including AMC Train the Trainer for regulators, environmental sampling for retail outbreaks, and instructor skills. These courses can be offered in conjunction with staff training, meetings, and AFDO affiliate meetings. Our virtual training environment continues to grow with offers like Inspector Bootcamp, which was held this spring and had over 700 participants. AFDO delivered 27 webinars serving more than 4,200 participants, and those recordings have been viewed an additional 24,900 times. AFDO continues to inform its members of emerging issues through email, a weekly newsletter, and the daily News You Can Use, an aggregation of national, regional, and local news about topics shaping the work of our members. AFDO's talent pool has strategically grown to 21.5 full-time equivalents from just 8 4 years ago. In addition, AFDO contracts with several subject matter experts to fill knowledge gaps as needed. The AFDO team gives 110% under the direction of the AFDO board. Last year, several team members were recognized by the FDA ORA during their annual awards. As they say, it's been a year. We've spent some time looking at where we have been this last 12 months, and we're proud of our accomplishments on your behalf and engagements with all of you. What we have shared is just the tip of a very big iceberg. Thank you for your ongoing support. AFDO is ready for what the future brings.